Today's guest is Dr. Ryan Neinstein, a board-certified plastic surgeon and the founder of Neinstein Plastic Surgery in New York City. Over the past decade, he's built one of the most recognized aesthetic surgery practices in the city, known for advanced body contouring procedures and a patient-focused approach to care. Beyond the operating room, Dr. Neinstein has also become a leader in the field, training surgeons around the world and helping shape the next generation of aesthetic techniques. Behind every successful practice is more than just surgical skill. It's about trust, bedside manner, teamwork, and building a reputation in one of the most competitive markets in the world. Dr. Neinstein, welcome to Disrupt for Good. Dr. Neinstein, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here today at Sirhan and at our studio. So thank you so much for coming on Disrupt for Good. And one of the most world-renowned surgeons, I'd like to call you.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Thank you.
Helping you.
Thank you
Water?
so much. This is what a real authentic. This is the water. That's the coffee. This is.
I have 2 coffees. What's this water? And then this is the one with very little.
We should include this in the podcast.
Wait,
by the way. Thank you
guys.
guys.
Being our very Sirhan
Oh.
agents here and our very Sirhan manager here. So, I mean, you guys
Sales
love it.
manager?
Hi.
Is there
Your uniform.
is there
Oh,
a
you're right.
uniform for you guys?
Whatever I fit into, I'm at that age. You know what I'm saying? She can wear anything.
She's ordering her
That's where I-
t-shirts today,
that's-
actually. We
that's
were
where I
talking
come
about it, you know?
One of my friend. Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for coming. He's such a delight.
He sure is.
You're the best.
Sorry
You're
to
both
meet
the
you.
best. Thank you guys so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
What a great team. But thank you to them and thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure. I always love coming down to Soho. I don't get down here enough. And there is a vibe in the area and I totally get it. You know, plastic surgery is an Upper East Side sport, but like the vibe down here is strong. It feels good to be down here.
It is. It's absolutely right. I feel like downtown is a good place to be for real estate.
Downtown New York brand is still downtown New York. And you can feel it just walking like a block on the street. You're like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. It has that ambiance. It has that flair. And then I do agree. Upper East Side has that charm where like that ambiance, that feel where people
Cozy.
Yeah, like
Cozy.
they want to have that by the park, Central Park feel, which I know your office overlooks, and that kind of has that good vibe where people can relax and unwind a little bit. Yeah, so it's good. So how's everything going? How's work?
Everything is going great. We got a new surgeon coming in July. We're always, recruiting the best surgeons from around the world, especially that someone we think can, make us better. Every time we bring in someone else, I'm sure just like, at Sirhan, brings in new energy. There's a new force, new inertia. It's exciting. And you expand your brand. When we bring someone in, we're looking for someone who has those emotional intelligence, all the qualities we're looking for in the people, but also attracts a different group of people. So that's how we get bigger. Same skill set, same emotional intelligence, different tribe, and make the whole tribe a little bigger.
Yeah, they need to have the experience, but also have a little bit more of a depth to bring in maybe a different type of clientele that would attract more so to your office, which I love. What do they offer? A different type of specialty or a different type of nuance to the office?
Daniel, who's joining us, has got this unique characteristics. First of all, he's an amazing human being, high integrity, high grit, hardworking, emotional intelligence off the charts. But he's from Colombia, trained in America. So we're getting a little spicier. We're gonna add someone who's just like me but got a South American flair. So
Good.
South American Latin patients, I think, are gonna feel at home at Neinstein Plastic Surgery come July 1.
Love that. I feel like also, given that many of your patients are particularly coming from out of the States, which I would love to jump into a little bit, they will probably feel a little bit more at home, given that some of our out of the States will be joining the team, which is...
It's always nice to do things with people you like, and part of likability is familiarity. So if you're South American or Central American, seeing someone who looks like you, talks like you, thinks like you, you're going to feel comfortable, jumping into an operation. because aesthetic philosophy, the things that are deep down that are hard to ask the questions, you're going to know their match. So when he's in the operation making a decision, he's going to make a decision with so many life circumstances that are similar to the patients that they're more likely for that decision to be made the way they want it.
Yeah, they gravitate towards that person, that human being.
Yeah.
Absolutely makes sense.
And that's interesting. We see a lot of revisions from around the world from great doctors. And we're not seeing revisions because something went bad. It's the aesthetic philosophy of the patient and the surgeon didn't match.
Yes.
It's just like it's like just didn't match. Neither of them were bad people. It just didn't connect. So, that's why we're so or me specifically at our brand, we tell the same thing every day. We remind people, this is what we're about. This is our philosophy. It's long, it's lean, it's elegant. If you're looking for something else, like, don't come here. Not that we don't want you, but like, let's make sure, round peg, round hole.
Right, exactly. It needs to fit exactly to what we're doing. And also the fact that, you're not going to take every single patient that comes into your office, because you're trying to also match the results to the human being that's coming in there as well. Like, if they're not looking to meet those goals as well, then why take on that human being as well in a way?
Well, that it also comes up in the branding and the marketing is we're sharing the characteristics of us. We're sharing the characteristics of the patients. For me specifically, I'm the mommy makeover guy. I help moms look hot and feel strong. And, if you want to look hot and feel strong, it's not just what happens in the operating room. So the patients you get, we show the results all the time. The best results are the people who take pre-op seriously, post-op seriously, and are into exercise. It doesn't mean you have to be an Olympic athlete, but like we want, 3 or 4, Pilates classes a week. Like when I do my thing, you do your thing, that synergistic effect is exponential. So you're not just getting the results of the operating room. You're not just getting the results of the Pilates class. You're getting magic.
Yeah, and it's a team effort. It's a team sport, honestly, because as much work that's being done in the operating room on your end, they got to match that outside of the
A
office.
snapshot too, right? It's not, that's what happens in this one amount of time. So, the results are lasting a lifetime. So obviously things outside of the operating room are going to influence that.
Absolutely. I want to talk about branding a little bit, because some people do not tend to follow through with that or even think about that in the medical space. I mean, right now I'm wearing a Neinstein plastic surgery sweatshirt and I'm rocking it and I love it so much. Thank you guys for bringing this for me. I'm going to wear this all the time. But not a lot of people think about that or even want to pursue that within their practices. Why do you do that? And why take that extra step to really pursue that in your office?
Mitch, film this because I want it. Branding is really important. And the topic, I always ask people, what's a brand? And not a lot of people understand it's kind of this amorphous word. But a brand is what people think about how they think about you when you're not in the room. That's what a brand is. What are their associations with you? And if you're not clear, it doesn't work. But more importantly than clear is authentic. Like Neinstein Plastic Surgery, NPS, was created authentically, essentially, by me and my wife at the beginning. And Lauren she saw something in me that I didn't see, and she brought it to life. And it was something that, really hasn't been done before in a practice, where we're going to put, a little bit of magic in everything. We're going to put the people first and the patients first. We're going to think about profits last, because if we worry about the magic, the people and the patients, the profit will come. And I got to give her all the credit in the world for that. And then as people came on and became lifers, like Mitch and, other team members, they all added to the DNA. It's like we had like 2 chromosomes and then we just kept adding. And, our brand, when people think about it, it's family oriented, it's passionate. There's a magic to it, hospitality, but they know what we do. Like when I walk down the street in New York, that's the mommy makeover guy. People don't say, what do you do? I say plastic surgeon. What do you do? Oh, face, breast, body, they're like, no, I do one thing. And we've always found branding to be easier when you keep it simple. And I mean super simple. Like,
Right.
what do you do? Help moms look hot and feel strong. Like
That-
that's something everyone on our team can remember quickly. And like, people from around the world get it.
And that's why when someone thinks mommy makeover, they come to you, which is brilliant. And at the end of the day, also, I assume that's why you brought on other surgeons to your team so that they can elevate and execute in other areas of plastic surgery so that they can grow
But
the
the
brand
brand's
as well.
similar. All the docs have the same emotional intelligence. We're team players. We believe in a brand that's bigger than each individual. The sum is greater than its parts. And in this world that we're living in right now, look at McDonald's, right? You think of McDonald's, you think big commercials, Super Bowl commercials, things like that. But what are people talking about? The CEO eating hamburgers on Instagram. Like, people are looking for human connection
Absolutely.
because the brain has very little energy to spend on anything. We are constantly bombarded, 10,000 messages a day. So if one of them is going to stick, it better hit you. And, those big old school branding is really hard. Marketing campaigns, it's really hard to connect. So people want to see something real. They want to see your aura. They, I know that's a popular word, but it's a good word because when someone can listen to you talk and be like, I like this guy's aura, I connect with him. I see, because then they really believe like he probably has a lot of life events similar to mine. And those positive associations are what create a brand. That's why people like today from Russia and Morocco, that's why they were willing to come across the world to have surgery, because they're like, even though I'm from another continent, I connect with this guy. I like this guy. I want him to do my surgery.
Yeah, and how special that is for you to probably feel that way, to have that person travel all this way to...
It's not about me, it's about team. And, it's about, Lauren will create that brand and all the team members who make it. They might see me on the gram, but, I am only as good as the people around me.
Absolutely.
And every win is equally won between all of us. It is not about me.
Yeah, and that humility, though, does speak volumes. So I have to say that's great that you have that team back, round, and having that support behind you is great. So wonderful. Building a medical practice in a city like New York is incredibly competitive. What were some of the biggest lessons you learned early on as you started building your practice and reputation?
When you hire people, it's all about the people. And early on, you get tricked. And there's a lot of people who, on paper, on the gram, look like they'd be a really good fit. And they're not, because you're not looking at the right things. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these people. It's not a right fit. And there's nothing worse than a team that doesn't fit. And the things we've realized, emotional intelligence, ethics, values. Are you always going to do the right thing? Like, if nobody's watching, are you going to do the right thing? Right. Those are the things that were really, really important. So I learned a lot about people. That was the biggest things I learned at the beginning. And I know, when you watch things on Instagram and you see all these keynote speakers, they always say, create a great team and then get out of their way, right? Easier said than done.
Correct.
Great people only want to work for great people. Okay. So you're not going to get a great team unless you are doing the work yourself to be someone that people want to work for. So, you are always, as the leader, has to constantly elevate your game to get, if you want someone great, you have to be up here so they have a coach, a teammate that they admire and want to go to work for every day. So the people thing is everything, and how to find people and how to lead people. And you can read all the books in the world. You need life lessons.
Yeah, and the only way to learn is to just keep going. Is
You just
what
keep
I
doing
see.
it.
Yeah,
Take the hit, take the fails, take the losses, take the scars, build scar tissue, get tougher.
yeah. And scar tissue probably is not very easy to get rid of in the operating room, but it is a good metaphor.
Yeah, you can cut it out in the operating room, you can cut it out in life.
But yeah, absolutely. People, you learn as you go, but relationships are important, and that's something that I think is valued in a medical practice, real estate, every walk of life. So I agree.
Listen, I was just reading a book on leadership. I'm always trying to read because, there's so many lives lived before us. Why not learn from them? A lot of bosses think their job is to manage people. You tell them what to do. The boss's job is to make people feel loved, safe and cared for, that they can be curious, that they can make mistakes, that they can take chances, that they can try things, that they can speak up. That's your job.
Right. Yeah, it is. It's honestly,
It's not to tell people what to do.
no.
That is really not part of it.
No, they don't look for that. I don't think people either respond well to that as well.
No.
No. In your field, trust is everything. How do you establish that level of trust with a patient who may be nervous or making a very personal decision?
Well, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. So your step one is to make sure someone actually believes you care about them. It doesn't matter how great of a surgeon and how fancy your office is. If they don't think you care, there is no trust. So, when you're meeting someone, you have to get it across that you care about them personally. And then extrapolate that to a business or a medical practice. They have to feel like the person at the front desk, the person cleaning the rooms, the nurses, the coordinators, that everyone cares. If one person along the chain seems like they don't care, they're out.
Right.
Trust is earned and it's not given. Other ways we do it is we focus. It's like, if they know I do the same operation all day, every day, it's just mentally easier to trust someone.
Correct.
They're like, he's literally done it 10,000 times. Like, it's just easier to take that first step.
Yeah.
That's just human nature. Like, it doesn't really need explanation.
Yeah. Rinse, wash, repeat. Correct. Yeah. It makes sense. And also, I guess that connection once you walk into that room is building that trust at the end of the day. So.
And that's not just in the words you use, but in your expression. Are you like this? Or are your arms open? Like you're welcoming them?
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways. Body language speaks a lot.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a woman that came to one of our Sirhan conferences. Her name's Linda Clemens, and she spoke about body language and the importance of that. And I didn't recognize that until she really spoke about that to our group. And it really is. So
Think about this. If you're a doctor, someone's sitting maybe naked, which is very vulnerable, and you're standing with your arms crossed. You're standing above them, almost like you're looking down, and you're closed off emotionally.
Yeah.
Versus sitting at the same level, arms open, engaged, like welcoming their emotions. Just that in of itself, if you watched a video of that same interaction with a different position of the physician, you would. It's like you're watching two different movies, even same words.
And arms crossed almost, to me, seems like you're judging them. Like you're almost like, oh, like you
Yeah,
I think a certain way, or like
it's like,
whoa.
come on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's very interesting. I never really thought of it in that perspective in the medical field. But
Also the doc who leans back with the arms crossed. I don't like that at all. It's like you're not taking it seriously and you're judgy.
yes. Yeah. And I think it's also like maybe you are not interested in being in the room.
You need to be like a connoisseur of like human emotions when you interact with people a lot. You have to when you're out in social activity, you need to see how people interact, and you'll see how there's certain people move throughout a room effortlessly and make people feel good and smile.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they look for in the doctor, and that's probably why they travel this far to see you and your teammates as well. So it's great. In today's world of social media and filters, people are constantly seeing curated versions of beauty. how do you manage patient expectations when someone comes in with a very specific look in mind?
Well, that's why we're so consistent on talking about what we do. It's long, it's lean, it's elegant. Like I really, because I hammer it home 7 days a week for like almost a decade, I really don't get people coming in with like a picture that doesn't make sense. It's almost like what show are you watching? Like,
Right.
like, so I think you preemptively strike that by being super clear about what you do, what you believe in, and you get that out there. And if there is a mismatch when they come in, you just tell them, hey, I totally like respect it. I get what you want. Listen, I can't do that.
Right. No, I think it's so valid and so
Just keep it simple.
awesome if a doctor says to the patient, like, this is something that I think won't work for you, this operation or this avenue won't work for you.
Listen, I think a lot of people, again, are judgy. You know, someone may say, I want to look like this and say, like, it's not what I do. I don't like it. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just like, I don't want to be part of it, you
Right.
know? But like that person may really like it. And just because I may think it's odd or goofy, there's a lot of people do odd and goofy stuff. Like, I'll celebrate their individual, you know, they want to look a certain way. I think it's odd. They think it's awesome. They may think my hair looks stupid, you know, like
Right.
whatever, right? Everyone, like,
Everyone's judging.
yeah.
But also, you may think it's unachievable as the doctor at the end of the day as well.
Well, so it's interesting about wish pics, right? And every doc's like, I can't make you look like that. And they're like, oh, this person doesn't get it. No one's gonna bring you a wish pic that doesn't look amazing, right? Like
Of
what
course.
it's like you ask me what my dream is, I'm not gonna be like give you some lame duck dream, right? You're gonna shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we see wish pics, it's like, hey, I get where you're going. You know, everyone shows like a 19-year-old Brazilian model.
Yeah.
Like who's never had kids. Like I
course.
get it. Like obviously I want to look like that, you know? Like,
Yeah, everyone does.
but and I'm just clear, like I get it. Like that's awesome. It's never gonna happen. But like we can make you the best version of you going in that trajectory.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to set those clear expectations.
And I think most people, even though they show you a picture, when
They're
you
aware.
say, yeah, because like what are they gonna show you? Like an average looking mom? Like,
Right.
they're like this is, you know, Susie from Idaho. I really like to look like her. You're like,
Yeah,
that's it. Because you already do.
right. You're coming here for something different. You're coming.
Yeah,
obviously,
aspirational.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on.
paying for something better than that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how you navigate that. They should come up with a crazy wish pick.
Of course.
If you ask me, like when I got a hair transplant, they're not like, what do you want your hair to look like? Everyone's like Fabio, you know, like they're not showing you some bald dude, right? Like they're
No.
like, give me all the hair, man.
Yeah, luscious locks.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
exactly.
course. Yeah, absolutely. Cosmetic procedures are becoming more normalized and openly discussed more than ever before. From your perspective, how has the industry evolved over the last decade?
Branding. People used to not talk about it. Then they would say they had it done. And now it's who did it. They want to know. It's like, it's not just like, did you have a face? Who did your face?
Right.
That's the brand. That's the Gucci, the Hermes, the YSL. Who did your body? People want to say who did it. You know, all the swag we have, you know, we've given out 5,000 sweatshirts around the world. It's branding. And, you know, I'm sure there's many people who think it's bad or whatever, but you know what? People want to be associated with a certain brand as in everything in their life, positive associations, you know,
Correct.
and, you know, they call me the Birkin body. So, you know, that's a good, strong, positive association. People who like Birkins tend to come to me because they're like Birkin body, that works. Okay. He gets it.
Well, Birkin Body is probably the best compliment you could get.
Thank you to the New York Post who came up with that.
Yeah, and the B, I guess, go really hand in hand.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, content creators also probably have helped create that switch in the last 10 years. And I remember when everyone saw Kris Jenner's facelift last year or this past year, everyone was infatuated with it and the surgeon that did it and the costs and everything like that. So I completely see the perspective of where you're coming from and where that, you know, idea of who did it, what doctor, and
Yeah, and he's a good friend of mine. I already spoke to him multiple times today. And, you know,
of course.
kudos to him. Great surgeon, great guy.
Yeah. But that's what people, I guess,
Or again, raises the whole aura of plastic surgery.
Right. And the excitement around it, because people are so much into the fact of, I want to look younger, I want to feel younger, and I guess,
Listen, look good, feel good. If it, you know, if
Yeah.
you can, why not?
yeah. I just, I don't,
Like literally, it's
Amen.
that simple. Like,
yeah.
if it makes you feel good, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Absolutely.
overthink it.
Yeah. And that's why you probably are booked, 2, 3, whatever amount of surgeries you have.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, my friend said this. I'm like, of course, what do you think your friend's going to say? They're going to, a lot of people like don't want you to get better. Like they like you staying next to them.
Yeah, they
Okay?
want you all at the same level.
Correct.
Yeah. And then they get judgy and they are like, why'd you do that? Whatever. Sure.
Correct. Because they like keeping you in their pack versus you separating.
Right. And that's gotta do what you gotta do.
If it was free, everyone would do it. Come on. Okay. Why wouldn't you?
Correct. You've treated patients from all walks of life, including high profile individuals. What are some of the extra considerations when working with patients who require a high level of discretion?
We treat everyone the same. Honestly, we don't really shut the office down. It's amazing. You could have an Oscar winner, Grammy winner sitting in your waiting room. People are so obsessed with themselves and their phone, they wouldn't even notice.
Right.
Like, just,
Their heads down anyway.
you like don't even need to do that stuff. If someone really wants to be seen on a weekend, whatever, or come in when the office is quiet. We'll see that, I've seen people at all hours of the night, but I've seen like regular people who aren't celebrities at all hours of the night too, for whatever reason. So treat everyone pretty much the same.
Speaking of which, when you say that you've seen people all hours of the night or whatever it is, I've also seen via social media that you tend to do a lot of patient calls or hotel calls.
Yeah.
So have you. That's not very common amongst a lot of doctors.
I'm not sure what other people do, and I think a lot of it's logistics, but we try to set it up in a way that after a major operation, it's pretty easy for us to pop in and see the patients for safety and like a social visit. People like to see their doctor the morning after a major operation.
Yeah.
Because when I come talk to them in recovery room, they don't remember. So the next morning, everyone's like, so what happened? They want to know. They want the story. I found this, I found that, I took out this, I took out that. And they're like, it's like they want the
they want the tea.
They want the tea on their own body.
And also,
What does my tush look like? How does I've been going to Pilates 5 days a week for 3 years. What do my abs look like?
Right.
Did I have a hernia? How much fat did you remove? How much skin? Does this look normal?
It's really funny.
It breaks, it establishes that's real trust for after. It establishes, that bond. And, even if there's a speed bump or something, if there's a trusted bond, it's easier to navigate.
Absolutely. And I think people sometimes don't realize that post-op care is maybe equally or just as important as...
Equal as what happens in the operating room.
Absolutely.
And that's the experience. Most of my patients are word of mouth from physicians and other patients. And literally they say, you got to go to my doctor because of the way he treated me. It's like they don't even talk about the operation. It's not, because there are amazing surgeons out there who are just they're not really people persons. So they don't, like I've seen like wizards in the operating room, but like they don't even get to know their patients at all. So, and it's just their personality.
Right. And they're there maybe to do the operation, and then after that,
You do not want them to say surgery was fine. And by the way, like, even if the best surgery in the world with a bad experience, they're going to say it was fine. No one's going to say I had a perfect result and a crappy experience. It was like, surgery was fine, results sucked.
I don't like the word fine.
Yeah, exactly. When you hear someone say fine, it is a negative association.
Yeah, it's like a black word. Like, you go, I don't like that word.
It was fine.
Yeah. Doesn't have the best association. I completely agree.
Anyone says anything fine, restaurant, vacation spot.
Yeah.
You are not going.
I'm not running there.
You're not going.
That's not my
And if
first,
you are going, you're like, how do I get out of it?
Yeah, I'm not like running to get there anytime soon.
Correct. That's why you got to wow them in this world.
Yeah, and that's why you got to build a brand, put your own spin onto everything. What are some of the innovations or techniques in plastic surgery that you're most excited about right now?
We do bigger operations to make it look like people didn't have surgery. So the trend used to be mini this, mini that, laser this, laser that. That's all gone out the window. Now people full tuck all the way around, fat, used, judiciously in the bum, because they look better when you do more. And it's like, it's hard for people they're getting it, but it's harder for people to understand, like, hey, if you want to look like really good and also really natural, I got to tear the house down. Otherwise, it's going to look like you renovated the upstairs bathroom, but the rest of the house looks like 1986.
Correct.
I do a lot of revisions from around the world. People had a legacy or traditional tuck in the front, and they're like, from the back and the side, I look like a different person.
Right.
Again, nothing wrong with it. It was a great operation in 1989. And so we do more surgery than we've ever done to make it look like you've had less surgery.
But that makes sense. You got to really rip apart the foundation.
And it was, people always knew this, right? It's not like I invented it. It was just doctors just like couldn't get the patients to buy in, right? They were like, I want the shortest scar. And then, but it looked bad. It looked bad. And I'm like, if you're going to go through all this, like, stop talking about the scar. Let's talk about the results. Because, like, I can tell you, I'm batting 100%. Nobody cares about the scar later.
Right. And wouldn't they rather just do it once, have it, maybe be a little bit of a longer recovery? And
I'm super honest. Like, I'm like, I beat the crap out of you. This recovery is going to suck.
Yeah, I'd rather that than the alternative.
There's no like rapid recovery. And we do all the things, the hyperbaric, now we're into peptides and the nutrition. We do all the things, but like you get hit by a car, you get hit by a car.
Correct. So be it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the reality.
Right. I want to actually speak to you about like peptides and GLP-1s and things like that, because those are basically...
The future is here.
Yeah, that's
and
what...
the pluripotent stem cells are coming. And regenerative medicine is, I believe, the future of aesthetics in combination with surgery. And, we're going to go on a macro level, cut things out that you don't want anymore. And on a cellular level, like regenerate.
Right. So you do think surgery isn't going to become extinct because...
No, it's part of it.
Okay.
It's part of it. Right now we're big on the Wolverine stack and the glow stack for our healing patients. Makes a big difference. Hyperbaric oxygen makes a big difference. Nutrition makes a big difference. And we're just scratching the surface on the pluripotent stem cells, the cells that we can actually get them to do what we want to do. It's approved in Florida and Utah, and it's just going to keep coming. And we're going to figure out ways to get that into our patients to not just heal faster and heal better, but get better long-term results.
And do you plan on having any other offices or any other expansion?
No.
It's like always going to be come to me.
I'm about keeping the main thing, the main thing, the main thing. We do what we do. How do we do what we do better? I don't want to add services. I don't want to be in multiple cities at the same time. It is here. We are a work from work, not a work from home team.
Correct.
The people show up, as you see Mitch, they are suited and booted in the morning, and they are like, everyone's ready to go and in person, and I don't want to lose that. I just want to keep doing that and doing it better. But we'll grow. We're looking to get a bigger office, but I don't want to be fragmented. That's not the energy flow we deal with.
I like that a lot. I also think I've seen a lot of plastic surgeons who are like, I'm going to fly here for the week and go to this office and that office. And I definitely think it's...
Our patients like coming to New York. Why do I have to go there?
No. It makes sense. And if the recipe and if the way it's going right now and how it's been for years is working, then why change it?
I think most businesses fail when they're like, hey, we're really good at this. Let's try something else. It's like, why don't you stay...
Right.
Stay the course.
Yeah.
Stay the course.
It's already working.
Everyone knows in the office my answer to everything is no, unless it's like, is it going to make surgery better? Is it going to make the patient experience better or something better for the team? If it's not, I don't want to hear about it.
But that adds up. That makes sense. It's a great philosophy.
Yeah.
Because I've spoke about this on my podcast and I'll say it again. Yes, until the answer has to be no. I feel like, yes, take every opportunity you have to build your career until you get to the point in your career where you have the ability to say no.
And everything
Yeah.
and anything.
Yeah.
Except for coming on this podcast. This is something I said yes to.
Well, thank you. I mean, it meant everything to me. So I'm very lucky to have you on because, I mean, I don't know what I would do if you said no. I wouldn't have this much fun right now and I'd be really upset. So thank you. When you think about the patients who had the most meaningful outcomes, what kinds of transformations, physical or emotional, tend to stand out to you?
Listen, multiple pregnancies or major weight loss, because they have a real problem that can't be solved any other way. It's truly interfering with the quality of life. All that extra skin, the muscle separation, they can't wear clothes normally, they can't work out normally. And then you fix that problem. You solve a problem. It is not plastic surgery just to look different for the sake of looking different. You are solving a life problem. That is meaningful and purposeful.
Yeah. It also solves a confidence problem, I think, as well. Like
Which
deep
all
down, which is great.
Correct. It all goes hand in hand.
Yeah, which is awesome. I think people sometimes don't realize the emotional toll someone's having after probably giving birth. Not to the point where, you know, they're associating with their child, but they, you know, it's hard to like look at themselves they look at themselves differently in the mirror versus when
I have a
they're
huge
child.
appreciation for the changes that go on physically, emotionally, and spiritually in a woman from childbirth.
Absolutely.
Also from weight loss, men and women, you know, or anything. It's their change is hard.
Mm-hmm.
The ripple effects are wide and deep.
Absolutely.
If we can, you know, alleviate some of that, I think we're doing good.
Yeah, and it definitely, as a doctor, I'm sure brings you a lot of pride and joy to be able to be a part of that journey.
Yeah.
Dr. Neinstein, thank you so much for coming to Sirhan House, but also more importantly, as a Disrupt for Good. It's been such a pleasure having you on today. Thank you for taking time.
I really
for the
appreciate it.
schedule.
You know, local podcasts, and you know, I think it's all important that we support each other and share stories, because it's like the same people that are coming to Sirhan are coming to us, and people want to go deeper. They want to know, you know, any opportunity where I could share a little more to the people that are looking at me. I'll take it. So thank you very much.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming on today. See you guys next time.